Hi there everybody, welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. Now today guys, we're going to be talking, or watching rather, a wildlife video. So this has been requested from one of my wonderful patrons, Cindy. Thank you so much, my lovely. Thank you for requesting this video. You want me to know what videos I'd quite like to watch. But yes, I love wildlife. I find any videos to do with wildlife so interesting. So especially when it's things that I've never heard of before. So this video, it's completely new to me. So this is how Cougar P-22 inspired the world's largest wildlife. What is this? A wildlife crossing. Right. Okay. As we've established, I live under a rock. So I had no idea this was even a thing. But looking at the little thumbnail of the video clip there, it looks, obviously it's an animal crossing, but it just looks like a huge patch of the adjoining land, the wildlife. So presumably to any animals that need to cross these big highways, motorways, we would call them over here, which is very beyond dangerous for these animals. So this must be a lot easier for them to cross because there's nothing suspicious about it. It just looks like, exactly where they just wandered in from. So it's the first one that was built. I've never seen anything like this at all. Even since it's crazy, but it works presumably a lot better than your normal crossings. It still tickles me when I see sheep or cows crossing over big motorways in the UK. I love it. Although we have cows in fields near us that quite often just they're crossing the road. You've got to have signs up everywhere. But yeah, it does tickle me. It's a funny sight, I think. So let's crack on with the video. And guys, if you're enjoying these reactions, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you so much. If you're interested, my lovelies, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account, and that link is over here. And if you would like to help support this channel any further, I have a Patreon account. And if you fancy checking that out, that link is in the description below.
I didn't believe it at first. I was like, there's no way a mountain lion's living in the middle of Los Angeles. He was from this area, the central Santa Monica Mountains, made an impossible journey across this freeway to find a new home in Griffith Park. He lived there for 10 years and showed what was possible with coexistence. His story is what really got this monumental wildlife crossing built. If LA can build the world's largest wildlife crossing, what excuse does anywhere else have?
Right? Okay, I've instantly got questions. Now, being from outside of the US, I have no idea what a mountain lion is. Is it the same thing as a cougar? Now, I've heard of both separately, but are they interchangeable? Are they the same thing? I've always known a cougar is a large cat. Smaller, I imagine, than an African lion, I think. So they're the same thing. I always thought, I had an image of, when I say mountain lion or when you hear it on the TV, it always conjures up these images of, I don't know why, but in my brain, it conjures up an image of like a sandy, whitish kind of looking small lion with a mane and everything. I mean, did he actually look like that? Was it far off? I don't even know why. I don't know why I think it looks like that. But that's the image that always kind of drums up in my head. It's a beautiful
There's something about an animal that's held on from the Ice Age. So many of the animals from that time, giant sloths and saber-tooths, they're gone.
Mountain lions once roamed across the Americas and picked up many names along the way. Puma, cougar, panther, catamount.
So they're all the same thing. Oh, well, I always thought a panther? A panther is a large black jaguar. Is it not? Okay, so interchangeably, they're all the same name for a mountain lion. Puma, yes. Cougar, mountain lion. But then you've also got like other families of cats that aren't the same at all. Ocelots, lynx, much more different. But these names that I have heard separately before, they're all the same animal. It's a beautiful, beautiful cat. It does look like something from the Ice Age, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So how did this mountain lion end up in the middle of LA? Oh, like, that must be a very, very frightening experience for a large cat, and maybe for people that spot it.
But for the past few centuries, mountain lions were demonized as a threat and hunted to near extinction east of the Mississippi.
Oh no! Were they a threat? Were they quite pesty? You know what I mean?
They're holding on in open areas of the West, but human development is shrinking their remaining territory and even forcing them into urban areas, including the heart of Los Angeles.
That's quite normal then.
Most of my career was spent in parks like Yosemite and Yellowstone, places where wildlife, in my mind, should be.
But then Beth met Jeff Sickich, a wildlife biologist who works in the parklands just west of LA.
Okay.
He drove me around, showed me the freeways and how mountain lions were going to go extinct if we didn't do something.
Without improved connectivity, scientists say there is nearly 1 in 4 chance that the local mountain lion population will go extinct in the next 50 years.
Oh no.
We've been doing research for 2 decades now here in the Santa Monica Mountains, and we've been collecting a lot of data from mountain lions, bobcats, coyote and deer, lizards, and bird species.
That camera makes them all look so photogenic. It's like they're posing. They're all very photogenic, very much star quality going on there. Especially that little cat. Was that an ocelot? What they did say what it was. Little face. Oh, that just looking dead into the camera with that kind of that blue steel kind of. Even the snake.
Surrounded by the Pacific coast, 2 massive freeways, and agricultural fields.
Okay.
Wildlife here is largely bound inside the park.
Is that a lynx? Or
You cut off the Santa Monica Mountains from the entire rest of the world when the 101 went in.
They are trapped in this island of habitat.
Ah,
A single male mountain lion needs about 100 square miles to hunt and find a mate.
The greatest challenge for mountain lions and other wildlife, but in particular mountain lions, because they require huge amounts of space, is the fragmentation of these natural areas.
If their territory gets too small, mating becomes an unhealthy family affair.
This very close inbreeding leads to very low genetic diversity.
Yeah.
Our small population here has some of the lowest genetic diversity ever recorded.
That can lead to physical defects, a genetic warning sign, and ultimately the inability to reproduce.
Oh, I hear that little cub there, that little mowing. Oh, that's so cute.
As boxed in as the Santa Monica Mountains are, one mountain lion got out, only to find himself in an even more precarious spot.
In a different type of jungle.
P-22, the 22nd local puma radio collared by biologists in 2012, grew up by the coast.
So this is
When
P-22.
he came of age, he did what a mountain lion needed to do, which is go find my own home.
The young cat braved LA's notorious freeways in search of more space.
Oh no.
He made it somehow. Successfully crossed the 405 and the 101. Makes it to Griffith Park, which hadn't seen a mountain lion in decades. I just love that this cat, who doesn't like to be seen, still makes it in such an urban and exposed place like Los Angeles. How can you not root for that?
As elusive as he is. Right, okay. So yeah, he's kind of entered a very, very kind of built up city jungle. It must have been very, very frightening. You'd have to be very fast, I think, to dart over the freeway. Sorry, we call them motorways. I think the danger with them is that a lot of animals, they see the bright lights and then they go in, like they're saying, deer in headlights, and it stuns them. So then it doesn't really matter how fast they are or how elusive they are or how easy they are to kind of dodge these things. They're just frozen stiff. They're frozen scared, aren't they? I'm rooting for him
P-22
already.
had found a small scrap of territory deep inside the city. But the highways still separate him and his birthplace from the larger open ranges to the northwest.
I said, hey, at the end of the day, Jeff, how can I help? You know, I just started my job with the National Wildlife Federation. And he's like, oh, there's this little wildlife crossing we've been trying to get built.
A crossing to open up a path for all wildlife out of the Santa Monica Mountains. Mountain lions are an umbrella species, a creature whose protection benefits many others, often by keeping habitat intact.
Every animal in the Santa Monica Mountains is going to benefit from this. Not only will animals be traveling atop it, but you'll have monarch butterflies laying their eggs on it. You'll have western fence lizards making their home, foxes hanging out on it.
Take a little bit of
But
the land
building
back.
what would be the world's largest wildlife crossing requires broad public support and generous funding.
And a lot of
P-22's
planning.
story became an opportunity.
So, love
I
this
had
photo
this
being
net
taken.
geo assignment. What we need to really show urban wildlife would be to get a mountain lion with the Hollywood sign.
I laughed.
Oh,
I'm like,
yes!
dude, that's not possible. It came
That would
out
make a cracking
anyways.
photo.
We tried and failed so many times over so many months, and then finally Jeff goes, I think I found the perfect trail. And no people are allowed to walk up there.
Armed with P-22's GPS collar coordinates and Steve's camera traps, Jeff and Steve tracked the cat for 15 months.
This is a random comment, but I feel like I really recognise the narrator's voice. Should I know who she is? She sounds so familiar. A lovely voice.
Finally, their patience paid off.
Oh, there he is. Hello, beautiful.
The Steve Winter photo with the Hollywood sign was in National Geographic in 2013, and that's when P-22 went A-lister.
He became a celebrity.
I think we should take a moment and talk about P-22.
Oh, wow.
There's not many animals out there that can say they've changed the landscape of Los Angeles.
He's a muse. Oh my gosh, he's got art. He's got his own art. He is a muse for artists, and people are talking about him. He's an actual celebrity.
P-22 soon became, as Beth called him, the Brad Pitt of the mountain lion
Oh
world.
my! Brad Pitt. They should have had a little kind of Q&A with Brad Pitt, see how he feels about this. He should support this lion, I think, the mountain lion. More support for P-22.
For a decade, he hid in plain sight in a park visited by more than 10 million people a year. The shy celebrity became the icon of a movement to build the crossing.
Yes.
P-22 really got people like myself to rethink that a freeway is not irredeemable. We are trying to put a wildlife crossing in an urban area and over one of the busiest freeways in the country. It's a 10-lane freeway, 300 to 400,000 cars a day in traffic.
I suppose the freeway is a necessity for an ever increasing, ever, expanding city. You can't prevent the development. At the same time, you can't really prevent wildlife coming into contact with it. So at this point, I think the only thing you can really do is work side by side. That's amazing.
For years, Jeff and his team have used camera traps, radio telemetry, and GPS collars to pinpoint the right spot to build.
We have the mountain lions coming up to the freeway on both ends. And most animals don't even attempt to cross.
The animals themselves really are the ones who showed us the way.
Welcome to the groundbreaking for the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing!
On Earth Day in 2022,
Oh,
the team
Earth
broke
Day.
ground on the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing.
I want to pray for all the animals. My tribes, the Chumash, the Tataviam, we are clan people. We have the Eagle Clan, the Bear Clan, the Mountain Lion Clan. But it's our job to protect them. We built these roads and these highways. Now it's our job to protect them.
I'm the biologist who had the privilege of discovering P-22 about 10 years ago.
Oh.
He's arguably the most impactful wildlife story that the conservation community has ever seen.
This is the 101 freeway, and the crossing is literally going to extend right over this freeway.
This critical corridor is the first step in expanding the range of the threatened local mountain lions into the Sierra Madre Mountains and beyond.
This, to me, is still a symbol of resiliency and what's possible when both wildlife and people work together.
It's like coexistence, isn't it? It's coming to that understanding that, you know, we can't stop the expansion of cities. We can't, can we? But at the same time, we have to be sympathetic, and we need to make allowances, and we need to make provisions for the wildlife in the area as well. It's a lovely symbol of that coming together.
With completion expected in 2025, the finished crossing will have vegetated sound walls to dampen traffic noise, deflectors to dim light pollution, and native plants on top.
That's pretty cool.
This biological stitch on top of it is going to make this ecosystem whole.
But the same year construction began, tragedy struck. There was heartbreak across California as news spread that P-22 had been euthanized.
That cars that he had so successfully evaded for so long, in the end, doomed him again. You know, he was pretty seriously hit by a car and was really devastating. Nothing prepared me for when we made the announcement. And the outpouring of support from around the world really helped us.
6,000 gathered at LA's famous Greek theater. Scientists, politicians, celebrities, indigenous leaders, to mourn and celebrate P-22's life together.
What I did promise him is we would make the world a safer place for his kind and all wildlife, and that his death would not be in vain. This wildlife...
Inspired by the celebration of P-22's life, Beth and her colleagues saw an opportunity to grow the wildlife crossing movement.
That's where, again, I have the honor.
Across the United States, studies estimate that 1 to 2 million collisions between cars and large animals occur every year, causing over $8 billion in damage.
And death.
So
so P-22 was hit by a car the year before completion, did they say? They must have felt awful. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were going to have pictures of him at the end and everything.
the team created a fund to support corridor construction across the country.
You're going to meet some of the people that were crazy enough to join me. It's my goal in the next 2 years to raise $500 million from private philanthropists to help advance these projects quickly. There are hundreds of projects that could go almost immediately if the funding's just there.
Cue a cross-country road trip to raise awareness for needed crossings and highlight successful ones.
We're going to Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, all the states in between, and look at projects that are working.
We're going to show wildlife overpasses and underpasses and the people involved in them.
We are here at the Peloncillo Mountains.
We found 3 main points where our science is showing that this is where bighorn sheep would cross.
And this is just the beginning of a multi-year project.
We get a lot of bobcats, coyotes, javelinas, white-tailed deer, opossums, raccoons.
Tucker is an amazing success story.
We have a couple of panther tracks right here.
This is addressing
not just individual mortalities, but it's actually reconnected the landscape here.
We are wildlife. We are part of the same natural system, and we all play integral roles here.
We have a responsibility as well.
Stories of icons like P-22 continue to help garner the support and funding that's needed.
Even if we never saw P-22, to just know that he was there, there's something that even the most devout city lover loved about that. The reason this project and P-22 really captured people's imaginations around the world is it's a hopeful one. This is one we're gonna win. This is one that we solved the problem.
Oh, I like that.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you'd like to dive deeper into this story or learn how you can help protect biodiversity near you, visit wildhope.tv and come back on Mondays for more Wild Hope right here at PBS Nature on YouTube.
Oh, guys, I wasn't expecting that. I've never heard of P-22. I've not heard of the crossing either. I think they're fabulous. They are fantastic. I think we have an element of responsibility to ensure that our expanding world as humans doesn't impact nature. Of course it's going to impact nature, but we should minimize it, shouldn't we? We have a responsibility there. I'm a big firm believer in stewardship as well over the earth. I always think that we should leave the earth better than we left, that when we came into the earth. Is that making any sense? Yes. We need to leave the earth better than when we were born into the earth. It's leaving that little tiny bit of a legacy. It's stewardship. I think it's a brilliant concept. I think we should all do our part. We have a responsibility there, and I think this is fantastic. As like I said, I don't think you can really prevent human expansion. It's going to happen. We have an ever increasing population, and we do leave our mark on the world, don't we? So whatever we can do to minimize it is fantastic. I think this is brilliant. This is just not codependent, it's co-inhabiting, isn't it? I think it's brilliant. Like I said, you can't do an awful lot to stop the expansion, but we can definitely do it in a more sustainable, a more responsible, respectful way as well. Minimizing the impact on the planet and wildlife. Big believer in it. So thank you so much for requesting this video, Cindy. It was lovely to watch P-22, but I feel like as soon as I was introduced to him, he's gone. Oh, so he passed away like 2024. So that's about 18 months, nearly 2 years ago now. And is it completed? Is it totally finished? I think it's brilliant. I'm in favour of them. We should have them everywhere. Or we should have more of them. Is that better? I imagine they're quite a costly thing. They said securing the funding for it isn't the easiest thing to do. So, yeah. But guys, yes, we should all do our bit. Should all chip in where we can. I do feel like we do have a responsibility to ensure the safety of wildlife, or at the absolute minimum to just minimize our impact. So fabulous video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me there. I feel like I recognize the narrator. I know I said it earlier. I feel like I recognize her voice from somewhere. Can't pinpoint it. Help me out. Let me know in the comments. But yes, thank you for watching along with me, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.